Welcome to Wonder Yoga. My name is Alyssa, and today's practice is for if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling alone and emotionally isolated. You could be an extroverted person in a physically isolated situation, or you might be feeling unsupported in a place where you're alone with your thoughts, which can bring its own challenges if you've got a lot of noise going on in your mind, a lot of thoughts that are spiraling out of control, or you have this narrative in your mind that is not compassionate or kind. So this practice will help us to create that feeling of contentment, comforted and supported, cared for, and very, very loved. So we'll start today on our backs, a lovely supportive position to work from. So coming all the way down, nice and easy, onto your back. And just begin by gathering your knees up towards your chest. You could either have a hand on each knee, or if you can reach, you could wrap your arms all the way around, maybe separate the knees a bit more, link your hands and snuggle your knees in really close to you. Just a few breaths here to settle yourself in. It might feel good to rock gently from side to side. Just bringing in a little movement now. Gently rock from side to side. Just part way over. Unlink your hands and bring one hand to each knee, and just start to make some circles with the knees. Big or small, your choice. And let's circle in the other direction. I always like to be nice and even. And then hugging the knees towards you again, one hand on top of each knee. We'll take a breath in. And with your out breath, lift your head off and lift your chest up towards your thighs. So curl in really small. Slowly lie all the way down. And we'll do this 2 more times, but we'll always lift with the out breath. So take a breath in first. Lifting with the out breath. Roll back down. Breath in and lift again with the out breath. Lie back. And bring both hands to your right knee. Left foot flat on the floor. Make sure you've got space. With your foot flat. Yeah. So interlace your fingers. Just let the shoulders drop. And gather your knee in close towards you. And then just move it out to the side. Staying level on the hip, so we're not rocking off the hip. And then bring it back in. Coming out. And in. And then release the hands, float your left hand to your hip and let the knee fall open. You can prop the elbows so you're always feeling supported here. And then gathering the knee in. Curl on up towards the knee. And lie back. The foot that's on the floor, slide it out long until finally the leg is straight. I need to move on my mat. Until the leg is straight. Now flex the foot, push the heel away from you. Keep gathering this bent knee in. And in the straight leg, float it up towards the ceiling. And gather the knee in towards you. Switching to the other side, interlace fingers. Foot to the floor. So gathering in and just moving out to the side. Keep your eyes closed if you want. Knee comes in. Floating out. And in. And then floating hand to your hip. Knee comes out and just hold it in place. Coming in again. The bottom foot on the floor, slide it out slowly. Keep gathering the bent knee in towards you, really nestle it into your body. And then the long leg comes up. And bend the knee, gather it in. Now bring your big toes together and knees wide. Hands reach up from the inside to grab hold of your shins or your ankles. Now really feel whatever you're holding, whether it's your shins or your ankles, apply a bit of pressure. So press your thumbs, not so it hurts of course, but just bring a bit of pressure into the fingers so you can really feel that connection within your body. Noticing here what you're holding on to, so if there's any tightness around the belly or the chest or the ribs or across your shoulders, your neck, maybe your face. Just noticing, and then you can choose to soften back to find ease in your body. Now releasing your hands, bring your thighs together and hook one leg over the other. Now really hug the thighs together, squeeze them in and bring one hand on top of each knee. Now if your hips try and lift off the ground, anchor them back down. Just holding and let shoulders drop back and hug your knees in towards you. So your breath might feel a little restricted here, but just know that you can still breathe easily. It might just be more out to the side of the ribs. And then to the other side, hooking the other leg over the top, one hand on top of the shin or in front of the knee, and gathering in. Notice if you've tightened up, again, anywhere around the chest or throat or in the belly, just let that relax back. Gently easing your way out, just moving with care, moving slowly. Get the knees in again, maybe find some movement if you like. And then take hold behind your thighs, and we're going to rock up and down a few times before we finally come up to seated. So start by lifting the feet, lift the hips, and then roll part way up, roll back down. There's a little bit of momentum here. Maybe you can stay without the feet touching the ground. Maybe you can float. Last one. Come on up to seated, and then come and turn over. We're moving into a supported child's pose. So if you have some cushions, maybe 2 or 3 of these, or maybe you have a bolster, even with another cushion or blanket on top. For a bit more padding. And if you have another blanket, this can be really nice too. To wrap yourself up. And straddle the cushions with your knees on either side. So we've got hips back towards heels, and then just leaning forward. I'll show you without the blanket first. Leaning forward, and let your head rest down, arms either sides, just dropping in. If you need to, you could bring a blanket behind your knees. So if it's hard on your knees or your ankles, this can be a bit more supportive. Or you can use the blanket the traditional way and wrap yourself up nice and tight and come on down, snug as a bug in a rack. So we'll hold it right here for a few long breaths. And just turn your head to the other side. And when you're done, when you've had enough, give yourself a bit of space again. Just move everything out of the way. Come on to hands and knees. Let's stretch out the feet. And then stack your knees directly beneath your hips. And we'll just scoot in through the belly, rounding out through your spine for a cat pose. And then lengthening through into a cow. Rounding out to cat. To cow. And returning into a neutral position, halfway in between. Now bringing one hand up to your heart space, lift your elbow, so bringing it up in line with your shoulder, and then turn to open. So you might find that you might think your elbow is going to go all the way up here, but just noticing your own natural rotation, the pulling out of that bottom shoulder, rotate open and come down again. Other hand comes up to your chest, turn and open and come down. One more time on either side. So hand to your heart space, turn, so we're quite lifted, and come down, and to the other side. And then this time, hand to heart, turn, and then reach your arm up, but keeping your upper arm in the same position. So we've lifted the elbow, so it's in line with the shoulder, turn, and then open. So again, the arm might not come as high as you thought it would. Okay, so we don't want to be back here. We want to keep this really nice line. And then coming in and down. Other hand up. So elbow in line, turn and extend. Coming in and down. One more time on either side. Smooth now. And down. One more time. Okay, step your hands forward and shuffle your knees back until you can get your elbows down to the ground. Bring your forehead down, but try and keep your hips directly above your knees. Okay, so we're not here, we're not here or any variation. We are keeping hips directly above the knees and stretch your arms out long. Try and get your forehead down, but if it doesn't come down comfortably, you could always bring a wee blanket underneath. Big, easy breaths. Stay for one more long breath. and then ease your way out. Just give the arms a little bit of a shake out, loosen up. Move everything out of the way and come into a tabletop again. Stretch out your legs if you need it. Okay. Send one foot up, just going straight up to the ceiling, making a cow pose shape for the spine. And then just like a cat, draw your knee in towards your chest. Send it up again. And coming in. Now try and lift your thigh right up towards your chest. Touch down and send the other leg up. Coming in. Lift. Toes up towards the ceiling. Eye gaze ahead of you. And curling in. Another little squeeze, a lift here. And touch down. Let's do it again on the first side. Toes lift. But this time we're going to step through into a lunge. So knee comes up towards your chest and then replace your hand. Step the foot through and come on up. So nice and lifted here. Try and lift out of the pose. Let your shoulders fall back. And you can either keep your hand on your thigh or you can sweep arms up. Float hands down. Come onto your knees again. And this time, the other leg lifts. Knee comes under. Bit of clearance under your body and step through. Rise on up, so support yourself if you need to, or sweep arms high. So really try and lift out of the pose. Touch down and step back onto your knees. First side again. Under and through. Sweeping up. Option to add on this time, pull your elbows down. Rise on up. Touch down, come onto your knees. Other side. Up. And pull down if it feels good. Onto your knees. One more time on each side. Lift and through. Rise. Pull down. Extend up. Now this time, as you float fingers back, we're going to sit the hips back, flex the front foot and lean your body forward. So you might be a bit higher, you might be coming lower. Just try and keep your body nice and long so we're not scrunching into it. We want to keep the belly really long here. Lean in. Shift. Back onto your knees. And one more time. Coming under. Lift, step, rise, pull down, extend, touch down, shift back, lean the chest forward, hold for a couple of breaths. and then reverse. Step back. And then bring hands forward, either from your knees or your toes, lower all the way down onto your front. So legs are really long here. Shoulders lift up and back. Keep your hands really light and squeeze your elbows in towards each other. So lifting the chest and lower down. So again, lift the chest and lower down. Try not to hang the head, try not to jut the chin. We want to keep the back of the neck nice and long. If you want to, try bringing your fingertips in front of you as we lift and lower. Lift and lower. And then try this, bringing fingertips behind you, pull the shoulders back and down, lift and lower. Just one more time. Lift and lower. Hands under shoulders, push yourself back up. Bring the knees a little bit wider, sit back. Stretch arms forward, maybe with your blanket. And let yourself settle in again, just for a few more breaths. So breathe into this space in the back of your body. Another alternative is to stretch your arms forward, bring your hands together, wriggle your elbows forward, head down to the ground, and thumbs to the back of your neck. Releasing arms. Send your legs out long in front of you. Soles of the feet come together with your knees wide. Okay, but instead of being here in a seated position, we've actually got the legs quite a lot further away. Hands to ankles, elbows to the legs, and just lean in. Now bring your legs wide apart and make yourself a stack of pillows. Maybe with a bolster or just a big pile in front of you. So just finding your own turnout. You might find that you're here or maybe a bit wider. Let's not bring too much force into the pose. We don't need a lot of effort to enjoy this pose. Just get yourself into a place where you can sit upright so you're not falling backwards. Okay, I'm going to show you side on. So you're not rounding backwards like this. We want to have the torso nice and long, so we're actually pitching forward from the hips. So you might need a generous stack of pillows here. And just snuggle on in with your arms just wrapped around somewhere comfortable, somewhere that your head can relax. And optional, extra. Let's get cozy. Make sure you can breathe. Turning your head to the other side. And come out really slowly. Give yourself a helping hand to get the legs together. With your knees bent up. Wrap your arms behind your thighs and just lean in. You might want to inch the feet a bit further away. Now come on up and lie all the way down. Bringing knees up to your chest. Gentle rocks back and forth. And then let the knees come all the way over to one side. Bring up the top knee. Rock across the pelvis and let knees fall all the way to the other side. Top knee lifts. Rock all the way across, slower now. And over to the first side. And again. Take your time here. Come back up through center. Grab hold of your calves, shins, ankles. Give them a little squeeze. Let shoulders drop back. Soften the front line of your body. Your jaw, your throat, your facial expression. Your chest, your ribs, your belly. Easing through hips. You could stay right here, or you could grab one foot and lift heel above knee. And then the other foot. So just lifting one foot at a time. And just start to extend out and in, out and in. Or just rocking back and forth, or holding your happy baby, whatever feels best to you. And then turning soles of the feet together, let your feet come to the floor. So we've got a few more options here if you want to create a more supported position. Grab a blanket, so you can make it a nice little bit of padding for the lower back. Upper back on this part, pillow for the head. If you've got the knees open, then you can pop a block either side of the knees and lie back from here. Or you might just prefer to have your knees over the top like this. I'm quite lucky I've got something to put my feet on here. You could also use some blocks there. Now, even if you're really comfortable here, the goal is not about falling asleep. We actually want to stay really alert and aware in this position. Alert awareness. Sensing your nervous system calming, breath moving with ease. Feel the support from the ground, carrying your full body weight. A sense of contentment, calmness, ease, care and love. Feel every point of contact with everything you're touching. Beneath your hands, fingertips, the back of your body being held up and supported, and a little bit of pressure along the front body if you have a blanket, or if you can just feel the pressure of your clothes against your skin. If not, maybe you can just feel the air around your body. Feel that sense of touch the sense of your body taking up space in the world, presence. Feel the movement of your breath, the aliveness that's here. Energy drawing in, the breath releasing the sounds your breath makes. The coolness of the in-breath and the warmth of the out-breath. Feel how alive your body is. Even in its stillness, in its calmness, there is energy here. Slowly raise your hands and give your fingers a little wriggle. Sense the energy in the palms of your hands and in your fingertips. Bring your fingers to your scalp and just press your fingers into your scalp, giving yourself a little head massage. You choose your own pressure, find the kind of pressure that feels good to you. Maybe some circular movements. Keep your eyes closed, but cross your arms over your chest and bring your hands to your upper arms and give them a little squeeze. Really press your fingers into your flesh. Coming lower down the arms to your forearms. And back up again. Peel back your blanket if you have one. Bring your hands to your thighs, slide up to your knees and gently gather them in. Squeezing the calves, the shins. Bring your thumbs into calves. Hands to thighs, gentle squeezes. Come up from the inside and take your feet. If you can't reach both at the same time, just do one foot or squeeze. And then gather both knees to your chest, arms wrap around. Come and roll all the way over to one side. Make a little bit of space so that you can sit up. Sit moment to adjust to being upright again. We'll finish with 2 more breaths together. With your in-breath, open arms wide. With the out-breath, wrap one arm over the top, arms hug around your body and curl and really small. And then with your next breath, open. Other arm over the top, wrap really tightly and hug in. Now sweep arms up, hands touch. Come down to your heart space, feel the aliveness here. Namaste.